I am a 33rd degree Freemason, and this is an autocomplete interview. My name is Maynard Edwards. I am a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, and there are a lot of questions about Freemasonry and a lot of mystery surrounding the idea that someone is a 33rd degree Mason. So we've gone to Google and we have gotten 10 questions from Autocomplete, and I'm going to try to answer these 10 questions, all having to do with Freemasonry and being a 33rd degree Freemason. What is a 33rd degree Mason? Okay, what is a 33rd degree Mason? So when you become a Freemason and you join a local lodge in your community, you will be getting 3 degrees: the Entered Apprentice degree, the Fellowcraft degree, and the Master Mason degree. After you get those 3 degrees, there are other organizations that you can join called appendant bodies. There are appendant organizations. One of those organizations is the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. And so when you hear someone say that they're a 32nd degree Mason or a 33rd degree Mason, that means that they have joined the Scottish Rite. The Scottish Rite has more degrees, and it goes up to generally 32. But if you work really hard and you are a member for a number of years and you are so honored, you can receive the 33rd degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. So each degree is not like a rank. It's not like the 14th degree Masons can boss around the 3rd degree Masons, or that the 33rd degree Masons can boss everybody around. That's not how it works. The degree is a title. It's not a rank, so it doesn't confer any power or anything like that. It just means that you have received a certain set of lessons within the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. So that's what a 33rd degree Mason is. It's a member of the Scottish Rite who has attained the 33rd degree. Does a 33rd degree Masons wear a special ring? Yes, if they want to. I am not a ring guy, so I don't wear a 33rd degree ring, nor did I wear a 14th degree ring when I was entitled to wear one of those. I'm just not a ring guy. A lot of Masons will wear a Master Mason ring, and that basically just has the square and compass on it. It might have some other Masonic symbols on it as well. Once you become a member of the Scottish Rite and you receive your 14th degree, you get to wear a 14th degree ring, which is a simple gold band with a little triangle and a Hebrew letter Yud in the middle of it, and that's for an initial of God. It's one of the initials of Yahweh, basically. And that is the 14th degree ring that you're entitled to wear. Once you become a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Mason, you're entitled to wear a very special ring, and I don't wear one, and it's just a personal choice. But a lot of 33rd degree Scottish Rite Masons do wear one. It's a very special ring. It is an honor to be able to wear it, and it's also a personal choice, and I don't wear any rings, just not a ring person. So let's go to the next question. Do you have to drink blood to be a 33rd degree Mason? Do you have to drink blood to be a 33rd degree Mason? All right, I'm going to put this out there right now. You do not have to drink blood. No one asks you to spit on the cross. You do not have to renounce Jesus. I'm a Christian. I've always been a Christian. I will continue to be a Christian. You do not have to, I saw something online, somebody said you had to have human sacrifice or kidnap a baby. There's all these crazy things. Whatever that nonsense is that you have heard or read in a movie or a TV show or a novel, it's all nonsense. There is nothing about being a 33rd degree Mason that has anything to do with any of that. There is no renouncing of my faith. They don't suddenly reveal that Lucifer is God or anything of the sort. It's all ridiculous. It's all nonsense. So no, there is no drinking of blood or anything else. How do you become a 33rd degree Mason? That is a great question. Once you have gotten your 32nd degree, if you are a very active member of the fraternity or you're very active in your community, you may be elected by your brothers to receive what's called the 32nd degree KCCH. KCCH stands for Knight Commander of the Court of Honor. After you're a KCCH, what happens is that, again, of all the KCCH Masons that are eligible, Some are elected to receive the 33rd degree, and it's a real honor because not everyone gets this. It is definitely not an automatic, and you do have to sort of set yourself apart by the things that you do on behalf of the fraternity or perhaps in your community. So if you show up and you work really hard as a Scottish Rite Mason, you may well be honored as a KCCH, and then if you continue to work, you may be later honored as a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Mason. But it's not something that everyone gets. It is very special, and it is indeed an honor. And when I got the call that I was going to receive my 33rd degree, I was very, very humbled, and I continued to be humbled to be in the company of so many other good men. And that's really the most remarkable part of being a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Mason, is that I am now in the company of these remarkable people, and they're truly some of the best and brightest men I have ever known. On our autocomplete interview, who are famous 33rd degree Masons? Oh God. Okay, I'm going to draw a blank on a few here, but the one that immediately jumps to mind is President Truman. President Truman was a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Mason. Burl Ives, the famous folk singer. Roy Rogers, Gene Autry. I'm just naming singers. Arnold Palmer is a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Mason. So there are bunches of famous Scottish Rite Masons throughout history, 33rd degree Scottish Rite Masons throughout history. To name them all would be impossible. But, if you do a Google search, Google carefully, because sometimes they list people as being 33rd degree Scottish Rite Masons, and they really aren't. How many 33rd degree Scottish Rite Masons are there? Not many. Not many. There's probably 150,000, maybe 200,000 members of the fraternity in the United States of America. And of that 200,000, maybe 1 out of 10. So there might be a couple thousand, but it's not many. It is an honor that is bestowed not infrequently. It's basically bestowed every 2 years, but only a handful of guys get that honor every 2 years. So it is. It's not many. Do I have an exact number? No, I'd say maybe a couple thousand out of the 200,000 Scottish Rite Masons in the United States. Can I pay to become a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason? The answer is no. You can't just write a check and say, I want my 33rd degree. And believe it or not, we do get people that will call into the House of the Temple, and they will say, hey, listen, I'm wealthy. I really want this. So how much do I need to donate in order to be given my 33rd degree? And the answer is you can't do that. And when you do something like that, it's pretty much a guarantee you will never get your 33rd degree. It's not something that can be bought no matter what. You just can't. Why is 33 a Mason number? That is an excellent question. And it's such a good question that I don't really have a good answer. And I'll tell you why. No one really knows why 33 is such a big deal number in Masonry. It is the number of degrees, but why it is the number of degrees is sort of one of those things that's lost to time. There are a few theories. The one theory is that when the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite was first established, they met in Charleston, South Carolina, and the latitude of Charleston, South Carolina, latitude or longitude, one or the other, is 33 degrees, and that had some significance. The other idea is that it could be some hidden Christian symbolism because Christ was 33 when he was crucified. So there's a theory that perhaps that is why 33 became a significant number. There are people who have said, well, it's the last degree at which, once you go from 32 to 33 degrees, ice turns from ice to water. It melts. It's a degree of change. So there's lots of theories as to what it means. But the leading answer as to why we have 33 is because 32 was not enough and 34 was too many. That's a deeply unsatisfying answer. I get it. That is a terrible, terrible answer. But it's kind of like, why do we have 26 letters in the alphabet? Well, that's because that's how many there are. We didn't need 27 and we needed more than 25. So it's kind of just like that's how many we ended up with just because. And in terms of Scottish Rite degrees, that's how many we ended up with just because. And there's no real hidden meaning behind it. Now, people have been looking for a hidden meaning and people have been hoping that there's some answer to it, because that answer is terrible. That's a terrible answer, but it seems to be the answer. I wish there was a better answer than just because, but that is the answer. There's 33 is a Mason number and is important to Masons, and there's 33 degrees because that's just how many there are. Next question. What is the 33rd degree Mason symbol? This is a good question too, and it's something I haven't mentioned yet. When you become a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason, technically your title is Inspector General Honorary, meaning you're an honorary member, an honorary Inspector General of the Supreme Council. So with that, there is a particular symbol, and it's a red cross with two crossbars, and it is on the front of our Scottish Rite caps. And when we're in meetings, we wear these white caps once you become a 33rd degree, and they're similar to the prayer caps that would have been worn by knights in a bygone era. So they would wear a cap when they pray, and this is sort of an emulation of that. That is the 33rd degree symbol. There's not another special symbol really, other than if you're talking about the 33rd degree double-headed eagle, which you can see on the Scottish Rite channel and things like that. What Masonic degree comes after the 33rd? None. We actually call it the 33rd and last degree. Now, I know there are people on the internet, and I think Alex Jones is one of the guys, and I don't want to name drop any more people, but there are a lot of people on the internet who say that no, there's 99 degrees, or there's 180 degrees, or there's 360 degrees, and 33rd is just the beginning, and all that. No, that is untrue. That's absolute nonsense. There are 33 degrees. It is the 33rd and last degree of the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite. There is nothing beyond 33rd degree. There is one little asterisk to that. If you are a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Mason, and again, you have gone above and beyond, and you're just, done so many things for the fraternity that you have to be set apart, you don't get another degree. There's no other degree. So it's still the 33rd and last degree, but you can become what is called a Grand Cross. And there's only about 100 Grand Crosses in the entire world. So it's very, very high honor. It's bestowed almost never. I know a couple because of, I work at the House of the Temple in Washington, which is Scottish Rite headquarters. So Art de Hoyos is a Grand Cross member. Brent Morris is a Grand Cross member. So I know a few by virtue of where I work, but a lot of people will go their whole lives and not meet a Scottish Rite Grand Cross because it's that rare. Literally fewer than 100 in the entire fraternity. So it's a very big honor, but it's not a degree. So the 33rd degree is the last degree. Again, whatever you've heard on the internet besides that is wrong. Whatever you've read in a book or in a movie about there's a 360 degrees or 99 degrees, none of that is true. The 33rd is the last degree when it comes to Scottish Rite Freemasonry. I'm Maynard Edwards. I am a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. I'm the host on this channel. I hope you will subscribe. If you've got a comment or a question, please drop it below. We're always happy to answer polite questions about Freemasonry. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your autocomplete, and we'll see you soon.